The Swenson family owners are here this week, and we're exhibiting at booth 2266, which is about 150 yards that way straight, just past the Wells Fargo if you're coming in from the front entrance. And there are about a dozen of us from all over the country, some of them in the back here. We want to meet with you and talk to you about our mineral rights, and I'll cover some of them in this presentation and comment on the others that we have in other sections and other counties in Texas. Incidentally, we have handouts, so you'll be able to see basically my presentation. We'll be able to hand that out to any of you who are interested, and also a presentation on a prospectus for all of our mineral rights. In all of the Swenson land and cattle lands, we have about 250,000 acres for lease, but this presentation will focus on 50,000 acres of those in Garza and Kent counties. Within that acreage, there are multiple horizons, and they're all within one of the most productive areas in Texas, the Horseshoe Atoll. They promised me if I pushed the green button, it would change the slide. Did it change?
Yes. It changed.
When our family formed the Swenson Minerals Group a few years ago, the family agreed to a single attorney-in-fact who could sign leasing agreements on behalf of all 80-some family members. This means that there's a single signature on leases. And that's one of the major reasons that we formed what we call the Swenson Minerals Group. In the area we're talking about, nearly all of our Garza and Kent acreage resides within the Horseshoe Atoll of the Permian Basin. Current production is from multiple horizons within the atoll. And this slide shows some of those producing horizons, including Wolfcamp, Cisco, Canyon, Strong, and Ellenberger. And you can see how the map, if my pointer works correctly, you see how on the map, the Horseshoe Atoll, which is in gray, is where the Garza and Kent minerals are. They're in green on that map. In that area, which was first drilled in 1938 by Gulf and Exxon, they drilled one well, and it only produced 160 barrels a day, and oil was at $1.50 a barrel, and they went home. They decided that wasn't enough to be profitable. And in 1948, after the recession, after the Depression and World War II, the economy had recovered. They went back to the atoll, but they went to Borden and some of the counties in the south and began production that by the end of that century, in the 20th century, that Horseshoe Atoll was the most productive area in the Permian Basin, with almost 3 billion barrels of oil produced by the year 2000. But almost all of that was in the lower sections, the southern sections of the Horseshoe Atoll. And they left that northern Garza area where we are with a been there, done that mentality. Within the Swenson Mineral Group's 50,000 acres in Garza and Kent is nearly 15,000 acres that are outlined in black on the slide in the left, in the map on the left. That's all unleased, and 3D seismic is available for that area. It was done in 2013 by a company from Denver, Colorado, who decided with declining oil prices in 2014 not to pursue it. And it's available from Seismic Exchange. And if you look on the Railroad Commission reports, I mean, it's been a very sparsely drilled area. And a lot of the wells were not drilled to the depths that have been productive in this century. The Horseshoe Atoll produced, as I said, about 3 billion barrels of oil in the 20th century. Most of that was in the southern part of the atoll, and we're talking about an area that's largely unexplored in the northern part of the atoll. And that slide just talks about the number of barrels that were produced by the year 2000. We also have other mineral acreage besides that we've discussed in the Swenson ownership areas, the 250,000 acres that are available for lease. And please join us at booth 2266 for more information. Ask us about the section 107 irony. Some of you, we've talked about that too. When you come visit us at 2266, ask us about the other nearby acreage under lease and available for lease. And we have these handouts that I mentioned. They show our acreage in the atoll in more detail. So you can visit us at booth 2266. You can visit our website at swensonminerals.com. And you can email or call Dave Cost or me today or anytime. Talk to any of us that are at the booth. And when you visit, no matter how or where, let's talk more about seismic in the Horseshoe Atoll. Thank you very much.